We are keeping it local today with a follow-up story from the days when we were broadcasting from our homes for Tampa Bay's Morning Blend. And when we last checked in with our next guest, well, her hobby turned full-time job was being launched. And yeah, it happened after losing her career during COVID. So many people can relate to, but I am so happy to check in to see how Lanky Lassie's Shortbread is doing. Let's go ahead and find out. Mary Catherine Mason Austin is back. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
You're a person.
I know. I'm a real life doll.
I know, because we checked in with you 2 or 3 times during the times when we were at home. So this is the first time you've been in our CMK kitchen.
In a real studio. I used to intern here, so it's fun coming back, memory lane to this place. So very excited.
Let's dive into that memory lane because, what happened, like so many people, a hobby needed to become something a little more real. And you were telling me before we started, failure was not an option. Take me back to those days and where you are today.
Yes, well, I was in the hospitality industry for 13 years selling beautiful things to hotels. But when no one's able to stay in a hotel, the owners couldn't even afford to keep them open, let alone renovate them or build them new. So my job disintegrated overnight. This was just a little hobby that I had after winning the Scottish Highland Games shortbread competition, which is the biggest thing you've never heard of. And it was one of those things where I thought, what am I gonna do? I have to support my children. And so I fell back on this recipe and started getting on social media, started getting on shows like The Morning Blend, and it just kind of got bigger and bigger. And then we had some of our filming at my home.
Yep.
And then I ended up opening a storefront, and that's where we had our last little screening. So now we ship all over the world, and I don't know, we do a lot of different things.
Well, let's get this out here. Let's talk about, you've got some dough here, and the big thing is we can't share secrets because your shortbread is different from any we've ever had before.
Yes, so this shortbread recipe is my great-grandmother's, Grandma Murray from Scotland, and theirs is a little different than your roll it out, cut it, and bake it. We do press, let me put on a glove here. We do press our shortbread in a pan and bake it and cut it hot. And that's all I'm gonna tell you on that because the rest is very secret. But basically we just come in with our dough and we smooth it out. This isn't gonna be as perfect as we do in our 500 square foot master bakery in Dade City. But this will come out really nice and you press it down, and for TV purposes, I'll speed it up a little bit. But what we typically do is we come in after it's perfectly smooth, which it's not, and then we just do this little cross pattern here. Why it's a cross, I don't know.
But it was part of the recipe.
That is what my great-grandmother taught my mom taught me. Maybe it's religious, I don't know. I know the fork pricks are because of back in the day the ovens couldn't circulate the air like they do now, and it would get all big and swollen and everything. But
well, I was going to say, let's go ahead. I know we've got a magic of TV moment where you're going to pull it out of the oven to give people an idea of what it looks
that smell?
like.
I wish you could smell it on TV.
It smells really good.
It is just that buttery smell.
And I noticed that sign at another Highland Games that you were at recently. It said like real butter. That must be like a big draw for people when they do want to get trying some of yours.
So shortbread is traditionally and supposed to be made out of, you smell that? It's supposed to be made out of flour, salted butter, and sugar. So what you smell is that delicious pure butter shortbread. And so what we do, which is kind of a secret, but not anymore because I'm doing it here on the news, is we cut it when it's hot. And when you cut it when it's hot, then you let it cool. You get this thick, soft shortbread cookie. And so
and talk about too the different, I know you're cutting right now, but I'm taking a look.
Sure.
Different flavors as well. I mean, it seems like you are putting a little, change on some things as the years go by.
Yeah.
How are you able to incorporate those?
So with the company that I started from nothing and not knowing anything of what I was doing, I had friends saying, why don't you add this to it? Why don't you add that to that? I had someone come to my house with a jar of guava paste, and she said, can you put guava paste in it? I go, yeah, sure, why not?
Let's try it.
That's now our #2 bestseller at the storefront. It's a nice, thick guava paste, and being from Dade City and even in Tampa, guava is a huge flavor.
Absolutely. Well, you know what, you were talking about that storefront. People can visit you. There's the address. And if you can't make the trip to Dade City, go ahead. Use free ship to get free shipping on your purchases. And I am so happy, Mary Catherine, that you are continuing to do well and that you decided to come back and have some fun with us this morning.